Oh hi, welcome to my waxing parlour. We are going to do an underarm wax. Keith has never had this done before. Come a little closer, you will see this is some serious hair action going on here. Virgin underarm, so we are absolutely going to trim that before we start. It will make it much more comfortable for the customer and easier for me because I'll be able to see the directions of hair growth and that hair won't get tangled in the various strips. I'm going to use my clippers. They are much quicker than using scissors. Trim against the direction of hair growth, or as roughly as you can against the direction of hair growth. This is a grade 2, which is just over ½ centimetre. Because we're using peelable wax in this area, that is plenty long enough for the peelable wax to grip. You'll notice that that takes it down to just the right length. I can see the directions of hair growth here a lot easier now. Now obviously there are some little stray hairs there, so a trick for picking up those stray hairs so you can see what is attached and what is not. Apply a bit of your strip wax to a hair-free patch of skin. Now we have just waxed Keith's chest, so we're going to apply some there. Remove as normal, and then you're going to use this bit of strip wax. Just press it very lightly over the area that you've just trimmed. A little bit like when you use sellotape to pick up lint or dog hair or whatever from your clothes. And you'll see that just picks up all of those stray little hairs there as well. It's just a very quick and easy way to pick up those strays. And you can now see exactly what is stuck and what is going to come out. Cleanser to start with, wipe over the area. Then, depending on the weather, depending on the skin, a little bit of oil if it's cold or the skin is very dry. A little bit of powder if it's very warm or the client's skin is clammy or sweaty or damp. I'm going to use a little bit of oil here. That will just help prevent the wax from sticking to the skin. And we can see here, directions of hair growth, that stuff grows down, and does that. There's a little patch here growing in a slightly different direction, and this hair here is growing up. It's interesting, I always find that hair on the underarm, it can grow in different directions from the left underarm to the right underarm, so it's very difficult to say everybody will have this particular pattern, but we're going to start with a line here going straight down. This will separate the underarms into two sections. What I ordinarily do in the salon is I will have, for chaps, I will have both arms up behind their head so that I can work on the other underarm at the same time, so I'm not hanging around waiting for the wax to set. With female clients, sometimes that's not always possible because you might need them to help hold their breast out of the way while you're applying your wax, but for chaps you can absolutely get both arms up at the same time. Once this is set, lift the edge of your wax, remove like so. You can use the shiny side, remember, press it in, that will act as a handle to help lift the wax there. This bit is actually growing in two directions, so we're going to start getting the hair that's growing up. If there's anything left over, we'll go back in the opposite direction. That is the advantage of using these new generation peelable waxes, whatever brand you're using. The low temperature waxes, very little heat reaction in the skin afterwards, so you can absolutely go back over the skin a second time if you need to. Lift the edge like so. Couple of little hairs, the ones that were going down, left behind, so we'll get those as well. Blood spotting, perfectly normal in the underarms, especially as this is, as I said, a virgin underarm, never been waxed before. The hair here is relatively coarse, deeply rooted. If you look at the root sheath of the hair, when you remove it, you'll notice that it's quite substantial, so that is why you get blood spotting. Nothing to be worried about, just get some water on a cotton pad. I prefer using water to mop up the blood spots rather than cleanser, because if you've got alcohol in your cleanser, that is gonna sting. So a little bit of water. Oh, what you can also do actually with your water on cotton pad, if your wax is taking a little longer to set, if it's hot sunny weather or if it's very warm, you can wipe over the top of the wax and that will set it up straight away. It cools it down straight away. If your wax splits, turn it over onto itself, press that top bit into the bottom bit. That will stick to each other and it will then allow you to carry on, remove as if nothing had happened. I've just thrown my blooming cotton pad away. That's clever, wasn't it? Let's go and get another bit. We love real life. So we wipe over, get rid of those blood spots. If you've got a couple of stubborn hairs left over, you can apply your wax in the opposite direction. So here I've got a couple of strays, little short ones. So we apply our wax in the opposite direction to growth. That will pick all of those little short stubborn ones up into the wax. When we remove it, we're going to remove with the direction of growth, so we are breaking all of our waxing rules, and we're going to remove it in little tiny steps as well. Stepping technique, various other names for it. If the edge of the wax hit up here. The key thing is to apply against the direction of growth, remove with the direction of growth, and when you remove in little steps like this. You can judder the wax from side to side if you find that easier. And what that will do, if you can just see here, it will pick up all of those last few little short ones in the wax. Smashing. Cleanser to finish. We don't need to use any oil because the skin is not sticky. Post-wax lotion to soothe. Beautiful.